I have 4 children and so have suffered through domestic violence, for the majority of my life, ever since middle school. Somebody asked me the other day, when was the first time I was hit? And I remember being hit by a football player that I dated. He was popular. Got to suffer in silence because you don't want to quit dating him because you look like a nice couple. You're a cheerleader, he's a football player, and you just don't tell anybody. And so from that day forward, it was just a pattern of same man, just a different face. Always. Same man, different face, addicted to the pain, really uncomfortable if life did get good and there wasn't any kind of drama. You have to learn how to live without all of that. So always the same man, just a different face. In the Black community, you don't call the police on people and have people locked up. I mean, that's maybe any community, but when you start to tell people that you're getting hit and stuff, people, I was surrounded by people who made me the problem. If you shut up, if you be quiet, if you be a little better, if you stay home a little more, he probably wouldn't hit you, because I was around a bunch of people who was experiencing the same thing. So if I step out and decide to do something different, rather than acknowledge the problem, they want to try to make me think something's wrong with me. So one of the things I always say when people ask me that question is I was supported by a CPS worker named Mary Williamson, who's still in my life today, and we're still really good friends today. And she just gave me a letter that I wrote her in 1993 about how I wanted a different life and a better life, and I still have that letter. But she treated me like I was human. She wasn't one of those people who said, we want to take your kids because you get beat up. And, my kids saw a lot. I told you about, dangling them over a balcony, saying, if you leave, I'll drop them. My kids still talk about that today, and they're in their 30s. And then I'm still traumatized by it, but they still remember what could have happened. We've been through a lot. You always hear me say we're like rubber bands. We bounce back.
Yeah.
It's not your fault. The light bulb moment is when somebody says it's not your fault. You've had 20 people telling you that it's your fault, and you get the one person, the Mary Williamson, who says, this is not your fault, and this is not normal. You kind of like recovery, you can go as many times as you want, but until you really get ready. And the last time I came back, I was really ready to do something different. My back was against the wall, I was tired. You get tired of getting beat up, you're getting older, it's time to do something different. So I always tell people I've been violence-free since June of 1997, and I got sober in 1998. So, it's just about, people caring. Nanny Bibbs, and I think Margie Phelps still works here, and I had those kind of people. So Miss Marge was foster mom and somebody she knew kept my kids, and so all these people's lives were intertwined with mine, and they took a chance on me, and that's the reason I take a chance on other people. You gotta believe in people. You can't just tell them you believe in them. You gotta invest. I don't make a lot of money, but you gotta invest your time. You gotta invest your money. Sometimes you gotta do some stuff financially that you might not think you're able to do, but you gotta let people know you care. And I had those kind of people. I did. When people ask me how I changed my life, I always say I had a dream team. I think when I really got ready to do something different, God already had the major players in place. And all he was waiting for was for me to kind of throw my hands up and say, I'm done. And so when I was done, they were waiting in the wings to show me how to live.